lovely people, it's feeling a little bit chilly today, so for lunch I fancied making some soup. So today I'm going to make a red pepper and tomato soup. This is a TM5 recipe, so you can make it in the TM5 or the TM6, whichever one you have is cool. So we're going to press this button to start cooking, and it's asking first of all for 40 grams of lentils. You can use any lentils that you like, but I've got some red split lentils here. Red's good because it's the same colour as the soup, so it's just going to really enhance that colour. So just make sure that our scales are on 0. Perfect. Okay, so that's 40 grams of red split lentils. I'm just going to press next. It tells me to put the lid on, and then it's going to grind those for 20 seconds. While it's doing that, I'm just going to grab a bowl to put them into. So that's on a speed of 10. Okay, so that's all done. You can see those lentils have completely been ground up into a fine powder. So it's brilliant because it means you don't have to pre-cook the lentils to put them into your soup. When they're finely ground up into a powder, they're going to cook when you cook the soup, so it's fantastic. Saves another job. All right, so the next thing we need to do is it's telling us to put it in a bowl and put it aside. It's so efficient, this Thermomix, it literally tells you step by step. Okay, so adding 2 cloves of garlic and 50 grams of onions. Red or white is fine. And again, the brilliant thing with the Thermomix is if you don't want onions, you can absolutely leave them out. Okay, so that's 50 grams of onions there. And then we're going to put in 200 grams of peppers. So again, using different coloured peppers if you want to. This recipe calls for red peppers, but if you don't have red peppers, they might be difficult to get hold of. You can use any other kind of pepper that you have got. And you don't need to worry about taking the seeds out, because when you blend it at the end, all the seeds will get finely chopped. You won't even know they're there. So just make sure it's zeroed out. And we're going to put in 200 grams. Almost there we go, 202, that's perfect. And then you just say next, and then we want 50 grams of oil. Again, if you want to leave this out of the recipe, you absolutely can. But what this is going to do is this is going to help to cook the vegetables down. There we go, 50 grams. I'm just using olive oil there, but you can use any other kind of oil that you would like. Okay, so placing the lid back on, it's just going to chop for 2 seconds, and it wants you to turn the dial to speed 5. Okay, let's have a look what that's managed to do. Okay, so that's 2 seconds of chopping. There's no way that any human could do that in 2 seconds. Okay, so next we're going to pop this lid back on. Next we're just going to cook those down for 5 minutes, and it's going to be on 100 degrees and it's going to be on a speed of 1. So it's going to be gently agitating the food round while it starts to fry those vegetables. So that's all beautifully cooked now, and you can see. So fantastic. The next thing we need to do is to add, you can either add 400 grams of ripe tomatoes or you can add a can of tomatoes. And then we're going to add 400 grams of water. Absolutely spot on. Lovely, and then we're going to add a vegetable cube. Now you can make your own vegetable stock in the Thermomix. It's really easy and it's so delicious. It takes your food up to Michelin star quality with the taste. Unfortunately, mine's just run out, so I'm just going to use an average stock cube. But making your own stock cube, it's lovely to know that you've got all the ingredients completely in your control. Okay, now we're going to add the ground lentils that we ground earlier. And we're going to add a teaspoon of salt. Again, beauty with the Thermomix is you don't need to add anything that you don't want to. So if you want to leave the salt out, that's fine. This recipe calls for some black pepper and some cayenne pepper, but I'm going to leave out the cayenne pepper because I just don't fancy it. Okie doke. So then we're just popping the lid back onto the Thermomix. It's going to cook for 14 minutes on 100 degrees, and the blades are just going to be set at 2.5. So while that finishes cooking, I'm just going to clear up the rest of the bits. So that's all cooked now. So a little looky look. So that's all cooked now, and have a little looky look there. Beautiful red pepper and tomato soup. So all that is left to do is to blend this little baby up. So we just say next to here, and then we're going to blend it for 1 minute on a speed of 8. So that's all blended now. You'll easily get 4 adult portions out of this. And if you're on your own, you can always freeze some. So you can see that that is beautiful. And because of the lentils, it's lovely, thick and creamy. It actually looks like a cream of tomato soup, but without any dairy in it. So I'm going to enjoy this now with some of the focaccia that I made yesterday. Delicious. If you want to get your hands on the Thermomix, details will be below, and please feel free to contact me at any point. Thanks so much. Bye.